my wonderful people, welcome to my platform. If it is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, you are welcome. I beg you for a favor after watching. If you like what I do here, please subscribe, put on your notification bell. That is very, very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. I present to you news on daily basis about what is happening in the whole world, especially in Nigeria and in Biafran land. Before I present the news, I analyze it and I sit down there together to watch it with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to talk about it. You are free to criticize, to drop your opinion, but let us do it constructively as we watch this video together. I appreciate your massive support. Let's watch the video now.
Months ago, during the height of the burning of INEC offices, the Minister of Information, that's Malami Lia Mohammed, said that he berated the UK for introducing a visa policy that seeks to grant persecuted IPOB members asylum, easy asylum in the UK. And he said that that is wrong because the Nigerian government has already designated IPOB as a terrorist organization. He said what the UK did is tantamount to Nigeria giving amnesty to members of the IRA. That is the Irish Republican Army that was fighting secession violently in the UK. I mean, it had, according to them, it had shown that the UK was not even willing to assist in helping to repatriate NNAMDI. And so, don't you think that the government's action, I mean, it was a case of desperate, it was just desperate times called for desperate measures because IPOB people were also doing, perpetrating acts of violence and they needed to ensure that this guy was arrested. That is canon. So don't you think it was just a case of desperate times called for desperate measures since the UK was not willing to help them?
Well, you see, it is only in Nigeria that you see carpenters wanting to do the work of engineers. That engineers will want to purport to have medical expertise. That medical doctors will want to claim aeronautical experiences. Please, you see, when we talk about diplomacy, everybody thinks that he can make strategic calculations. All right? It is a most unfortunate. In this case, Lai Mohammed, that look, please, it's a situation of country determines whether or not national interest. It's as simple as that. If Lai Mohammed is asking the British government that, what would the British government think if the government of Nigeria is granting asylum to the IRA terrorists? The question is uncalled for. Why? If it is in Nigeria's interest as a sovereign state to grant asylum, to such terrorists, there's absolutely nothing wrong there. Every country, every member state of the international community determines what to do. Please, asylum is basically for political offenders. When you grant an asylum, the asylee might have truly committed an offense, might have not, but the issue is that most countries of the world have always granted asylum immediately in their diplomatic missions in the host countries before they will now find a lasting solution to that. Please, all diplomatic mission has a particular status considered as exterritorial. You cannot go inside the mission without the prior consent of the ambassador, extraordinary and plenipotentiary there. That is why they always keep them there. So in this case, the British government does not have any explanation to give to anybody as to why it is in the interest of the British government to give asylum to IPOB members. A country determines who to give its own passport. It also determines who to issue visa. So in this case, whatever the British government may have considered in wanting to play host to IPOB agitators, you cannot query that. You can't query. So let Nigeria, when we talk about Nigeria not having any good foreign policy focus, that is it. We don't have any particular foreign policy strategic calculation. We are only reacting to international challenges. I'm not surprised that Lai Mohammed will just come out and be making the statement. The foreign minister, he didn't talk. Probably Lai Mohammed is not Minister of Information. He's Minister talking about all those things. Diplomacy is not about that. A tailor will tell you he's professor. A carpenter will tell you he's an engineer. And everybody behaves like that. And you can now see anybody can attack. Look at the National Assembly. Look at people who are coming to embarrass the media world. They don't know that internationally speaking, there are regulations. You know, a journalist, a media person, the Nigerian Constitution itself clearly provides, in Section 39 and Section 22, there is a role for the media. But now the government of Nigeria, through the position of Lai Mohammed, the interlocution of Mohammed that you have just drawn attention to, is the one they want to gag the press. Now they are reviving Decree 4 of 1984. It's not possible. It is not possible. And perhaps more importantly, if we are having this problem, what is faulty with the mental thinking of our leaders in Nigeria? It's not far-fetched. Mr. President can tell you that Nigeria is indissoluble. All right? It is indivisible because it is stated in black and white in the Constitution. But you see, empirically, international history has clearly shown that, look, there's absolutely nothing like indissolubility or indivisibility of a country. Records have shown that where it is constitutionally stated, people have fought it. And now, by the time you try to make people who think, people who can recall history, to think that Nigeria is indissoluble, is indivisible, you are calling all the scholars foolish people, people who cannot think. Please, you don't govern a country by manu military. You don't govern a country by use of force. In a democratic setting, if somebody says, like the president is claiming that Nigeria is indissoluble, is indivisible. All right, if others are saying it is not true, common sense, sit down that you listen, come and provide reasons as to why you believe Nigeria is dissoluble and divisible. And you look at it, you dialogue. You know, if your main interest is to ensure national unity, which is good in itself, please, the approach cannot be by manu military. It cannot be by use of force. You can arrest 1 million NNAMDI KANU'S. You can arrest 1 million Sunday Igbohos. Those people at the backyard who believe that, look, what these people are doing is good. Then they will continue to give them their support by beginning to pray for them, first of all. When they pray for them and they're asking God to deal with President Muhammadu Buhari, how are you going to bring a use of force to deal with God? I think we need to think a bit. We need to think and not just engaging in a reckless use of force in the political governance of Nigeria, which have been characterized by political chicanery.
Okay, Prof. Yesterday, Sunday Igboho was arrested. in Benin Republic. Already there's some protests going on there because you have a large Yoruba population in that small country. And of course, the Nigerian government is pushing for extradition. Based on the 1984 protocol on extradition, which was signed by Nigeria, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria, do you think it would be lawful to extradite Sunday Igboho?
Well, you see, I was trying to explain this point differently. Is the problem legality or security? Security in the context of national unity of Nigeria, in the context of indivisibility of Nigeria. We need to decide that. Now, the issue is that the thinking, the decisions, the policy measures taken by the government of Muhammadu Buhari, they are at best very myopic. They lack strategic finesse. Because the bottom line, you can now see that if they are protesting already in Benin Republic, that is to let you know that arrest Igboho. Then what are the implications in the future? How will the Yoruba people, not just in Benin Republic, worldwide, reflect to it? The issue is that the Sunday Igboho in every Yoruba man is such that as it is now, President Muhammadu Buhari has only succeeded in serving as a catalyst in the dismantlement of Nigeria. The Yoruba in diaspora, please, you can monitor their videos, their talks, their position. Those who are advising that, look, let us lay greater emphasis on restructuring, that we should not be disunited. They have changed. Most of them now, not to say all, they are now very pro establishment of an Oduduwa Republic. Nobody is interested in national unity. And what will happen in this case, if the government wants to extradite and now want to say, yes, you can deal with an individual. You can only deal with an individual, you cannot deal with the whole people. You are moving towards either a guerrilla warfare or a terrorist state where everybody will now be hostile to the whole. You see, what could the government do when in the Niger Delta today they will break, they will damage an oil pipe, which will take you a lot of time to dress. Another time they can go to another place to kidnap. It will be more than banditry. All these herdsmen saying they are killing. A time will come in such a way that even the leaders, particularly all those who claim not to want to understand the serious implications of what is happening, when everybody is targeted, what will happen? Please, I think it was a former president of Ghana, Jerry, who said that, look, the solution to the problem in Nigeria is to wipe off all the leaders. It's on record, he said that one. That situation may come to be. So our leaders should not be short-sighted. They should not live in an environment of poverty of ideas. So in this case, what is happening? It is not in the interest of government to make any issue out of Igboho. If they are already, in fact, a Beninwa leader in the past once said that, look, the Yoruba people there should, in fact, he said, is it a Mizinzo? He said that the whole of Benin Republic should dissolve into Nigeria and be one people. And if they do not want that, that the Yoruba people in Benin Republic should be part and parcel, an integrated part of the Yoruba people. Because to the southeast in Benin Republic, they are all Yorubas. So even if there is any extradition law wherever, the issue is that is it in the longer interest, the larger interest of the government of Nigeria to seek an extradition and make a case out of that? If you want extradition, you want to settle using Igboho as a means of appealing to Yoruba people. Yes, but the purpose of the extradition cannot be punitive, because already the attack on Igboho's house, first of all, was at best very illegal. Very, very illegal. He didn't have any warrant of arrest before. He was preparing for a Yoruba rally. The organization of the rally is peaceful from all the available records we do have. And in this particular case, you went there, you even came out to tell people that you killed some people in his house. And now you are demonstrating his traditional security armor dresses. The Constitution of Nigeria provides for, provides for you to be a Christian, to be a Muslim, to be a non-believer, a traditionalist. It's a secular state. Now, if the government believes that by terrorizing the people of Nigeria, Nigeria can be united, I think they should stop dreaming. They should stop living on imaginary air. The issue now is that the situation of insecurity in Nigeria has attracted global attention, and people are watching and they are looking at it. So, international community, those who are against Muhammadu Buhari will find an opportunity of aiding and abetting others. They will sponsor many others. They will take arms. And as I've always said, Buhari himself might have an agenda not to leave government in 2023. So he needs to foment trouble on ground that will enable him constitutionally to stay on. So there will not be any election. And then he can have a convenient third term.
Are you sure
so in this particular case,
is this speculative? Or you think it is?
I am telling you, your first question was, will there be any foreseeable diplomatic row? And I told you it had just started. So in conjectural analysis, strategic thinking, you build scenarios, all right, hypotheses to which you will not respond. Now I'm now asking myself, for instance, why are we faced with this type of problem as of today? And there are many scenarios. Scenario one is to begin with the submission of General Olusegun Obasanjo, who initially said that President Muhammadu Buhari has a Fulanization agenda. Now, if you admit of this hypothesis, how do you explain? Why will you not agree that Olusegunian hypothesis is not valid? Why? Because President Muhammadu Buhari has also been accused of nepotism. The most recent something there is this published 44 people in the Navy that are being recruited, and they are all from the north. So why would you think that Olusegun Obasanjo is not correct from that perspective? You now have hypothesis, you now have empirical justification. Now,
for clarity, the Navy actually disowned that list. They said, "Oh, the list did not emanate from them. We don't know where it came from." But that aside,
you for always watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye bye.